Hi, everyone. I'm Carli.
And I'm Sophia.
And this is Away She Goes, a podcast from Her Adventures.
Each episode will help you feed your wanderlust with travel tips, stories, inspiration, and more. Away she goes.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Away She Goes. This is a very special episode. Believe it or not, this is our 1-year anniversary.
Woo!
Woo! I can't believe it. This year has gone by, I feel like, in the blink of an eye. Like when we were talking about episode prep and we figured out like, hey, we have to do an anniversary episode. I was like, we do? It's that time? And apparently it is. So for our anniversary episode, we're going to do something special. So of course, Sophia and I are both going to update you on what the past year of our lives has looked like since we started recording this podcast. And we're also going to have a bunch of members of the Her Adventures team come on, and they're going to also give you updates about their lives the past year, any traveling that we've all been doing, what upcoming travel plans we have, and some exciting stuff going on in our personal lives as well.
And make sure to stay tuned until the end so that you hear all about our new merch and our giveaway. Yep, you heard that right. Free stuff is coming your way. We give away a $25 voucher to our Her Adventures store. And how you can win that, you'll find out somewhere in this episode.
Sophia, can you believe it's been a year?
I can't. It's so weird, especially thinking back to the first episode. We chatted once before we did the first episode. And that's just still insane to me.
I know. And here we are now.
Yeah.
Sometimes before we record, we hop on early and just chat and just catch up.
Yes.
And here we are.
I love that.
Sophia, what have been your 3 favorite episodes if you had to pick that we've done?
Ooh, my 3 favorites. Well, I think also like it's the 3 favorite episodes. Do we count the solo episodes? Because I feel like it's nice chatting to you, but it's way more exciting getting to interview people. So from that,
yeah, I'd say our 3 favorite guest episodes.
Yeah, so I think my most favorite was just recording with Alistair Humphreys because
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes,
I knew that was going to be your answer.
Yes, I'm still fangirling over that, obviously. Still have some of his books currently reading. So yeah, that was just, I was really starstruck by that one. So that was really cool.
And I wish I could have made that one due to time zone constraints. I could not make that episode, but Sophia was more than happy to take the reins on that one. So I didn't feel too bad.
Yes. Were it vice versa, then I would have been really mad. To be fair, I would have woken up in the middle of the night for that one.
I know you would have.
Although we were almost in the same time zone, Alistair and me.
Yeah, you guys were similar. For me, it would have been middle of the night.
To be fair, I was parked with the van by the channel. I could have swum over. If I were any good at swimming.
Have Sophia, you hear like water in the background. I'm on my way, like splashing. I'm coming.
Oh, God. Yeah. Then jumping from starstruck to the opposite, to being very comfortable. Another favorite episode was recording with my friend Yanni. Because that was a very personal, very fun episode to record, I feel like. And one I was just very happy to edit was with Bianca. Bianca was the pilot. I wasn't on that one, but when I listened to it, I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. And that sounds so cool. And then making the reel for it, she sent me all these gorgeous videos. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
Living the dream.
Yes, she was a lot of fun to talk to. As in addition to being like a travel enthusiast, I'm also an aviation enthusiast. So I was like, I'm talking to a pilot. Like I was talking, I had a lot of fun talking to her.
Yeah, she was the first pilot we had on. Yeah, and the first podcast episode with someone from that sort of industry. That's cool.
Now we've had 2.
I'm so looking forward to all the guests we're gonna have next. Like
I know
this upcoming year
coming up.
Yeah. So what have your 3 favorite episodes been so far?
All right. So it's so hard. I think my favorite one, because I had followed this person on social media for so long, for so many years before we did the podcast, and then to actually get to interact with them, was our traveling the world with Taylor. Taylor was the world record holder for both the overall and female fastest person to visit all of the countries in the world. So because I also want to visit every country in the world, and because I had followed Taylor on social media for several years, like it was really cool. I was a little starstruck. I was like, wow, like this is a real person who I am talking to now, who I've seen on social media for so many years. So I really enjoyed that episode. I also really liked our traveling on a budget that we did with
that was a
Ashaki,
good one.
because I think that the tips, like so many people don't realize these little hacks that you can do to kind of travel cheaper. And I try to mostly travel on a budget, which is why my style of travel is, there's a sale to this place, let's go there, so because I kind of try to travel that way, at least to an extent. I really liked that episode as well. My third favorite one was the foodie episode that we did with Rosanna. That was one of our earlier ones. I think she was one of the first guests we actually had.
Yeah, we recorded Ashaki and Rosanna both on the same day.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember because I was sitting in a van in the middle of nowhere, Sweden, and it was one of the hottest days that year.
I didn't remember that they were on the same day. Interesting. But yeah, we talked about so much good food and all, I really liked that episode as well. So Sophia, would you like to share some life updates? So what have you been up to this past year since our first episode? What's been going on?
Well, not much, No, I'm kidding. Quite a lot. Like when we started the podcast, I was about to leave for my big trip. And yeah, I've been doing that. Like you heard in the van life episode, I took my dog, packed up my van, and we drove up to Cape North. We had a beautiful summer time in Sweden, got a lot of mosquitoes. Swam in the fjords, even above the Arctic Circle. That's how beautiful the weather was in the first few weeks. But then also we got a lot of rain in the Lofoten, which is beautiful island chain. Did a lot of hiking, did quite a bit of surfing, met a bunch of really cool people.
Recorded some podcast episodes from in the van.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like recording episodes. Like I remember sitting in a rainy campsite on the Lofoten with a beautiful view, praying that it won't rain too heavily because we recorded with Gabrielle Stone that day.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, I remember that day. I had just gotten back from a trip that day before, so I was like really jet lagged when we recorded that episode. I didn't know what planet I was on that day.
Yeah, you came back from Hawaii.
I did.
And then we talked to Gabrielle and she was about to go there, I think.
Yeah, she was leaving like the next week to go there, yeah.
Insanity. So yeah, I dragged my dog all over Northern Europe, kind of. Met a lot of great people. Some days I lived the van life dream of meeting a bunch of cool people, like cooking dinner together, like spending a week with another van lifer who loved Knox, who was like, we had similar interests. We just spent our days like waiting for surf, doing weird stuff like making waffles in the parking lot, driving around Norway together. And then also having some bad days where you just have period cramps so bad that you're like, will I vomit? And I'm in a van. Where do I vomit?
Yep.
And really bad weather or rough seas, stuff like that. And then, of course, as winter came and we were down in France, it got really cold some days. Yeah, which in the van is just... it just sucks, because then you need to go find camping where you can have a plug so you can turn your heater on, because my van is very small and very basic. I do not have one of those fancy diesel heaters.
Good and bad days.
That's been my traveling mostly. And I met a lot of my Her Adventures continental friends that are living in the continental part of Europe. So that was cool. Yeah. And then Carli, how have your travels been over the last year?
So I I had two trips that were planned. One of them got messed up due to COVID still. I thought we were past that. We were not. Um, so the trip that I successfully went on was to Hawaii. In July of 2021, my mom and I went to Oahu for a week and we stayed in Honolulu and like the surrounding areas there. It was a ton of fun. We went to the beaches. I got the worst sunburn of my whole life. It was fine. Everything was fine, but I did get a sunburn. But we spent time on the North Shore. We ate some amazing, amazing food. We were able to go to a restaurant in right on Waikiki that's owned by an Iron Chef, Morimoto. So it's a Japanese restaurant. So we ate really good food there. I got to swim in the ocean, which I love doing. We got to, go to Pearl Harbor. We got to go to the Dole Pineapple Plantation. We got to just see a bunch of like the essential Hawaii stops on our trip. And that was really nice. I live in upstate New York. So although Hawaii is part of the United States, it feels like an international trip, because it's so far away. It's out in the middle of the ocean. So it felt like an international trip, even though technically it wasn't. So that was nice. I was supposed to go to Norway for Thanksgiving, which here in the US is the end of November. But at that time, they were still not open to US citizens. So I couldn't go. Dual citizenship, here I come. Can't wait. Once I get dual citizenship, there will be no stopping me. So that's mainly what I've been up to travel wise. Nothing too crazy the past couple of years, unfortunately. But yeah, personally, I got a new job and I moved. So that was interesting. Also, I moved.
That's also an adventure.
It's been an adventure, trust me. But yeah, I got a new job and I moved about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where I was before. So I still go out and see. I'm basically right in between my hometown where my parents are and where all my friends are, where I had lived for the past 10 years. So on weekends, I sometimes will go out and see my friends and like my cousins. And then on other weekends, I'll come out and see my parents. So it's really centrally located to everything, which is nice, but it's definitely, moving is stressful. So getting a new job is stressful. So that's personally what's been.
Yeah, I feel you there with your new job and that all being, especially with the moving. I'm glad. I also started a new job, which is,
look at us.
Dear listener, you might not know this, but all episodes are pre-recorded, some more than others. So Carli and I went to a little sprint in spring where we recorded a bunch of episodes because we knew we were both going to be very busy starting new jobs. And so I got a new job as a data scientist here in the same city that I still live in, and I love it. It's great fun. I've even already been asked to take on like new smaller responsibilities, and it's a lot of fun. I never thought that I would like doing AI this much, because studying, I just started hating it like more every week.
Yeah.
But now working in it, no, it's nice. Also, you feel appreciated, something your professors never really tell you. They're like, well, you didn't fail the exam, so that's as much appreciation as you're gonna get.
Yeah, working at a job that you like really is not, it's not horrible, my new job also, like I'm really enjoying it so far. So congratulations on your new job too. Look at us.
Thank you.
We're all grown up.
Yay.
That's scary. I don't know if I like that. I said it and I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So Sophia, what do you have upcoming? Anything exciting?
Well, that's the funny part. Since we started the podcast last year and we're like, oh, are you more the spontaneous type or the planner? Well, I'm the spontaneous type now.
I'm so proud.
I've barely anything planned. I have there's a few holiday weekends in Germany, and I'm like, well, that has the potential for something if the weather's great. And so, yeah, I have some ideas of stuff that I want to do this summer. Like, I want to try out bike packing. Like, you will hear why I want to go bike packing, who inspires me to do that in our next episode. Spoiler alert.
Stay tuned.
This is post-editing Sophia, and you actually heard it in our last episode because we kind of got our schedule mixed up. Whoops for that. It happens. That guest also inspired me to, that guest and Alistair Humphreys, to try stuff like sleeping wild in a Biffy bag. I want to try that. And I was thinking about doing something similar to bike packing or like swim packing, but stand-up paddle packing. It's a lot of peace in there. So yeah, but I need to practice a bit more. I haven't quite figured out the logistics as well. It's just, for now, it's an idea. But then the summer just started, so yeah.
I'm so proud of you for being more spontaneous.
Thank you. I only really have 2 things properly planned.
Yeah, we all, I think, know this by now. I'm spontaneous when I book, but then once I book, I plan stuff to a T. Like once I figure out where I'm going, I plan everything down to like the minute. But with me booking, my mom actually just recently, I don't think I even told you this yet, she recently like spontaneously booked a trip, and I was so proud of her because
wow.
she's going to Machu Picchu.
Ooh,
I know.
You go,
and I was like, Mom, look at you. Like when we went to Hawaii, getting her to book the flight to Hawaii was like pulling teeth. It took her like 2 weeks. I was ready, and it took her like 2 weeks before she decided that she was also ready to book a trip. This one, she got, a book in the mail from some travel tour company, and she was looking through trips, and she's like, oh, like this trip to Machu Picchu looks really cool. And within like 2 or 3 days, she had actually booked the trip. And for her, that's as spontaneous as it gets. I would have booked it right that moment. Yeah. But she's working towards my end of the spectrum. So I was so proud of her.
That actually also sounds like the one trip I actually have booked at this point. Like I know I want to go take my van, my boyfriend and the dog and go maybe to Italy, probably sometime in the fall, but it'll all depend on weather, world situations, anything. But like the one thing I have booked, so I was having a ladies' night with 2 of my best friends, and we were talking like, oh, we haven't gone away together in such a long time. We should do something, which then ended up with us booking a place the same night, booking off work the next work day. So yeah, we're going to go to this tiny little island in Denmark, just the 3 of us with our 2 dogs. And yeah, we'll do some like water sports, and it's just a long weekend trip, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be, yeah, like the Galentine's Day episode, something really cool to do with your friends.
Yeah, it sounds like so much fun. Do you know whereabouts in Italy you want to go yet, or are you still kind of up in the air on that?
Yeah, exactly. Like we haven't really looked at anything. We have some friends that are currently down in Italy with their vans, so I'm hoping to just get all of their advice and their best spots and be like lazy. But we'll see about that. So now that I know what I have planned and what your mom has planned, what do you have planned, Carli?
I have a lot. There's a lot going on. So at the time of recording this, I am less than a month away from my dream trip of a lifetime. I am going to Greece, and I'm doing a whole big tour of the Greek islands. So I will be starting in Athens. I'm going to Crete, Santorini, Mykonos, Ios, and Paros, and I am so excited. I booked this trip in September of 2020, and it's now currently May of 22. My trip is June of 22. So I booked it almost 2 years in advance. So it's always been this very vague, like, oh, someday thing. And now it's here. I'm packing. I'm in a group chat with other members of the tour. My flights are booked. My hotels are confirmed. Like it's happening. I'm ready to go. So that by the time this episode is released, will probably be like a couple weeks away. It'll be soon.
Oh yeah.
So that is coming up very, 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 very soon. I'm very excited about it. In August, I'm going to Maine with my mom for not a full week, but kind of like a long weekend. We're going out on like a Wednesday. We come back on a Sunday. We're going to the Lobster Fest in Maine. So see y'all there. So my mom and I are going to Maine in I almost said in Maine of 22. My mom and I are going to Maine in August for a few days. So that'll be really exciting. That is the only East Coast state that I have not been to yet. So I'm excited to check that one off the list as well. And then looking ahead to next summer, I'm going to San Francisco in June because one of my closest lifelong friends is getting married out in San Francisco. So I'll be in San Francisco in June of 23. And then I have a trip booked to Thailand in July of 23. And from once the Thailand tour is over, I'm planning to go to Singapore also while I'm over there. So that's what I have planned.
That's so wild that you already have plans for next year. And here I am barely having plans for this year.
It keeps me like, it gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, okay, well, I have, I had Greece to look forward to. Now, like once Greece is over, I'll still have, Thailand to look forward to. I'll probably book something else for 2024 here. That's the thing. My friends all joke, like I book so far in advance. Like I told my friends, like when they say like, oh, I have 2 friends that really want to go to Germany and Ireland. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, well, I'll pencil you in for like 2024. Like,
yes, come to Germany. Like
they
do.
You have
a place to stay here.
It's two of my friends. They're a couple. One of them, their dream trip is Germany. The other one, their dream trip is Ireland.
I see.
So they keep saying like, when are we going? And I'm like, well, let's go. Like, let's go. We were actually going to book a trip. And when I say book a trip, we were on the airline's website booking flights to Ireland for this past March. But both of them, one of them, their passport was expired and the other one didn't have a passport. And some airlines, like you obviously need your passport to travel internationally, but some airlines need you to put your passport information in before they'll let you book. So we couldn't book the flights because of that. And it ended up being a sign for the best because I ended up getting a new job. One of my friends ended up getting a new job at that. It would like right at that time, it would have just been a mess. So it was good that the universe was kind of like, like not today. But yeah, I have my friends always pick on me for booking stuff so far in advance too.
I get it.
I can't help it. If I see a good deal, there's a new airline. I keep getting ads on my Instagram. It's like a new Scandinavian airline and they have really cheap flights to Oslo out of New York City. And I'm like, every time I see the ad, like my eye starts twitching and I'm like, no, don't book it. You have enough. Like, stop. One of these days I'm going to crack under the pressure though. Like, Mean Girls where it's like Gretchen Wieners had cracked that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to crack one of these days. So we'll see. But yeah, those are what I officially have planned right now. But at Away She Goes, we also have some exciting upcoming things coming up as well. Sophia, would you like to explain to our listeners what we have coming up?
Oh yes, very much so. We have merch coming up.
Woo!
Yes. And you can even win some of it.
Tell us how.
Well, Carli, you can win. Well, not you. You're excluded from the competition, Carli. But our listeners can win a $25 voucher for our Her Adventures shop that you can reach at shopheradventures.com. And the way that you enter this competition is by heading to the link that's in the information box for this podcast episode and answering 3 simple questions: how you're liking the podcast, your favorite topics that you want us to talk more about, stuff like that. Just 3 questions, won't even take you 5 minutes. Put down your email address, and then from all of you, we'll pick a random winner, and then you get to spend your $25 on anything in the shop. There's a lot of cool stuff there, and especially the cool stuff is going to be a Snack Attack t-shirt, What the Bleep t-shirt with a lot of swear words, and a mug for those who can't decide if they're Team Snack Attack or Team What the Bleep. It'll have 2 sides, so depending on the day, it's either Snack Attack Day or What the Bleep Day. Additionally, we also have a simple Away She Goes t-shirt with our logo on it. And there's also going to be a Snack Attack tote bag for when you're just going to go to the grocery store. Like you're really hungry for snacks. So you bring this bag to let everyone know you mean business. Snacking business.
Like Team Edward and Team Jacob. Like for Twilight.
Oh God, we're back in high school.
Oh God, I know.
Anyway, today I will be Team Snack Attack and Carli will be Team What the Bleep. So enjoy that, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
What the
Hey everyone, and welcome to another segment of You get the point. In case you're wondering, your voice sounds weird. You're not Sophia. That is correct. I am Carli. For our anniversary episode, I am swapping with Sophia. She's going to be doing a snack attack segment, and I am doing a segment of What the Bleep. So I'm a little out of my element here, so bear with me. Today, I'm going to be teaching you a few different swear phrases or swear words in Hungarian. My dad's side of the family is all Hungarian. They probably will be very ashamed of me when they hear the words that are about to come out of my mouth. But because of that, I figured I would do a few words in Hungarian for you. So the first one that I'm going to teach you is basically saying go fuck yourself. So in Hungarian, that would translate to baz meg magad. So you would say buzz meg magad, just fast like that. That basically just means go fuck yourself. The other one is pronounced lofati, which is like a slang term for bullshit. It's like a less offensive, I guess, would be the word. It's like less offensive than saying bullshit or oh shit. You know, it's kind of like what you would say like in English, how you would say heck instead of hell, even though hell's not that bad of a swear word, but you know, or how you would say crap instead of shit or fuck. It's kind of the less intense version of bullshit. So that's lo fati, which is bullshit. In full disclosure, I am not fluent in Hungarian yet. I wish I was, but I'm learning. And a lot of the first things that I learned were swear words. So I was very excited to come on and do this today. So stay tuned for our next episode where Sophia will be back doing her What the Bleep segments and I will be back on Snack Attack. But for now, enjoy Sophia trying some snacks from all around the world. See you later. Bye.
Snack Attack.
Welcome everyone to my first ever segment of Snack Attack. This is the part where Carli usually tries snacks from all over the world, and I'm a bit nervous, I have to say, because I'm a bit of a picky eater. Also, I'm vegan, so there's not many snacks on the surface of this planet for me. But I was still lucky enough to find some snacks from Southeast Asia to try for you today. Okay, so I have some crispy seaweed, which is called Thai Kai Noi, on the packaging at least. It's from Thailand, and let's have a taste. Okay, this is really interesting. I did not expect it to taste like this. At first, it tastes like nothing. Then it hits you with a really strong umami flavor, which is amazing. And then the aftertaste is a little bit fishy, which makes sense because fish just get the taste. Like if you eat fish, it gets the taste from the seaweed and the algae that they consume. I give this the 3 out of 5 just because the aftertaste is really lingering there for a while. Anyways, the other snack that I have is called Polar Snack. And one of my best friends brought it back to me from Singapore. Well, actually, his brother brought it back. So shout out to Zach and Matt. Thank you guys. It's little dough treats that have air in the middle, and they have little animal prints on them. They're like animal shaped. There's one with a sea lion balancing a ball on his nose. There's a penguin with a hat on. Let's see how these taste. Nice. I like them. They're a little bit not too strong in taste, a little bit salty, also a little bit umami. I would give these 4 out of 5. I would snack them again, definitely. That's all the snacks I have today for you all. Thanks for listening. If you want to see the snacks, I'll put a picture up on my Instagram at Sophia AEZ. That's Sophia with a PH. And now please stay tuned for some lovely messages from our team at Her Adventures. We're from all over the place. They have all different kind of travel stories and plans over the last year and in the future. And we also have some of our past guests checking in and telling us about their travel predictions for the upcoming year. So there's some fun. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Arden from episode 2. I'm from the United States, and I am the founder of Her Adventures. So I run it alongside an amazing global team, including the super talented Sophia and Carli. My travel plans this year are going to be close to home. I have a wonderful high-risk toddler, who you may be hearing toddling in the background, who is not able to get vaccinated yet. We are crossing our fingers that will happen soon. And so until then, we will be doing a lot of explore from home, exploring our neighborhood, the surrounding area, and hopefully hosting some awesome virtual tours in Her Adventures. I just want to say a huge congratulations to you, Sophia and Carli. You have done some amazing work. I've loved the podcast. I'm so proud it's part of Her Adventures, and I just love you ladies. Keep up the amazing work.
This is Beth from episode 4. Hey guys. Let's see. My travel predictions for 2022. Man, people are going to love visiting places like Tanzania, Martinique, places that, felt like really distant bucket list opportunities. People are going to go big in 2022 and in 2023 because they've missed out on travel so much. I'm one of those people. My next big trip is coming up in a week. I'm going to Africa for a little over 2 weeks. I'm going to spend time in South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. I'm so excited to get to do so. It's been a dream of mine for a very long time. That's also my 6th continent, so I'm really excited to get there. I live in Austin, Texas, and I also, want to do a little more in Austin and just Texas in general and explore my home. I did a lot of that during the pandemic. I'm excited to explore more of that. Here at Her Adventures, I help on the social media side, specifically Instagram, and would love to really carve out more time to consult more on the social media side and share more of my travels. So thanks so much for listening. Thanks for listening to this amazing podcast. Sophia and Carli are just phenomenal. Really, they share such great information with everybody. And I'm excited to keep on listening. And I hope you are too. Thanks.
Hi, this is Debbie from episode 16. My travel prediction for 2022 is that people will spend time visiting friends and family that they haven't been able to see in person for the past 2 years. In fact, my next trip is to Chicago to see a dear friend of mine whom I haven't seen in person since February of 2020.
Happy anniversary. This is rotation_amputee 180 from episode Traveling as an Amputee with Yanni. My travel trend prediction for 2022 is that here in Germany, most people going to stick in overcrowded trains because we want to make advantage of the €9 tickets. Happy anniversary!
Hey, Her Adventures, it's Annalisa Bone. I currently live in Germany. You can find me as a moderator for the main Her Adventures page, Her Book Adventures, Travel, Eat, Repeat, and our Bookstagram, her.book.adventures. Over the last year, I traveled to Spain, France, the Netherlands, and all around Germany. I was even able to meet up with some of our other fabulous moderators, Sophia, Jenny, and Martine. My upcoming trips include Switzerland, Italy, and Belgium. Happy travels!
Hi, Carli and Sophia, and congratulations. You made it to your 1-year anniversary. That's so exciting. Oh, it's Jenny, in case you were wondering. I'm part of Team HERA Adventures, and I'm responsible for all things website. I haven't been up to a whole lot in the last year. I moved across the U.S., which was so much that I needed a break from traveling. And I'm excited to make some plans for this year, just probably smaller trips, vacations, and that will be fun. I really loved your episode about the fear of flying. There was one time I was on a plane and there was a girl next to me and she was only wearing a tank top and she was really shaking, and I thought, gee, she's got to be cold, right? So I offered her a jacket and she said no, she was just really afraid of flying. And so we just chatted a little bit and we took off, and then it was time to land, and she looked just terrified. And so I just kind of nudged her and said, hey, you want to hold my hand? And she was very grateful, and we just held hands really tight until we landed, and she was just so happy. And after I listened to your episode, I thought, wow, I really did the right thing. I was that safe person for her that gave her the support she needed. So that was really fun. And also kind of fun to learn that I did the right thing. So anyway, this was probably way too long. But congratulations. I'm really proud of you. And In case you didn't know, yours is almost the only podcast I listen to, so keep up the good work.
Hi, this is Alexis Bleidenberg, and I am from Syracuse, New York, currently living in Valencia, Spain. I have been a member of HERA for a while and started volunteering a few months back. I've mostly been working on Mission Mondays and also look forward to getting to write for them in the future. As far as what I've been up to for the last year, I moved to Spain in August. I've been working here as a special education teacher, which has been a wonderful opportunity to get to live and work in a different country and be immersed in a new culture. I have travel plans coming up to go to Italy with two of my best friends. And this summer, I'm looking forward to getting together with a group of HERA members to go to Niagara Falls.
Hi, my name is Julie Burke. I live in Yarmouthport, Massachusetts, or better known as Cape Cod. For Her Adventures, I've worked on the website. I have the design. I did the hosting, or I do the hosting. Since what I've been up to since last year, I work for a real estate company doing marketing. We're very busy because the market's crazy. I also have a little pet project on the side called Wowie Dogs that is for wonderful pet products, I guess I would say. Travel, haven't done a lot, but have a vacation to Ireland that we had scheduled before COVID and are rescheduling. So that's pretty much sums up.
Namaste. My name is Sahitya and I'm from India. I'm proud to be a part of the Her Adventures team. I'm a moderator for the Facebook group. I write for the website as well as pitch in for the team's Instagram page. In the past year, I've relocated from one city to another in India. And in the midst of personal loss and upheaval, I found solace in travel, in exploring my current city, the little nooks and hidden treasures and bylanes. I've realized how travel can heal, like a soothing balm to ease out some of those creases and bring out some smiles. So I'm going to plan more adventures. What about you?
Hey, this is Lauren.
Hey, this is Ketchy.
We're the Pillow Talk mods, and we're calling in to celebrate HERA's 1-year anniversary of the podcast. So what travel plans do you have, Ketchy?
I'm keeping it very domestic this year. I've taken several trips across the U.S. In 3 weeks, I'm going to visit my boyfriend in West Virginia, and we are going to take a trip to Washington, D.C. together. At some point, we're still nailing down the details.
Oh, nice. I've never been to D.C. It's been on my list forever, but maybe
I haven't been since I was a kid, so.
Yeah, keeping it domestic. I'm dying to get out of the country, but, it's still kind of crazy out there, so probably hold off. But my partner and I were talking about doing maybe Vegas or Palm Springs, or I don't know. But I got to get some traveling in. It's been too long.
Oh, definitely.
And even better, though, is we're planning our girls' weekend.
Yes!
I know. I can't wait. We've got to figure out when we're doing that. But we're going to be heading to Atlanta and having
Atlanta back.
I know. I love Atlanta so much. I can't wait.
It's been too long since I've been.
I know. I'll have to wait till the weather's a little nicer because that humidity is.
Yeah, no, thank you. Definitely fall, because they get all 4 seasons there, which is nice. Yeah. Oh, and another friend of mine and I are talking about a girls' trip back to Orlando. We're going to hit Disney World and Universal again.
Oh, fun.
So, yeah, we last went in 2018, so we're overdue, and we're kind of ready to brave the parks again, but we're still COVID cautious, so.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been talking about doing some a girls trip also with some of my friends that are actually in Pillow Talk with us, so that'll be fun as well. But
Yay!
Okay, well we'll wrap this up, but we're really excited to celebrate the 1 year of the podcast, and we hope everyone has a wonderful day. I guess I don't know how to end this.
I don't either. Happy 1 year.
Hey everyone, it's Christina. I'm one of the moderators over at Her Book Adventures, and I make some fun videos for Her Adventures from time to time. I currently live in New York City, and this past year I moved to a new apartment and I got a new job. So a lot of exciting things have happened. And as far as my upcoming travel plans, I'm really excited to just stay at home this summer and really explore what's in my own backyard in New York City. There's an endless amount of activities for me to do. And so I'm really hoping to knock some of those off of my bucket list. So congratulations on 1 year of making Away She Goes. You guys have been doing an amazing job. And I can't wait to see what you guys put out there.
Hi, my name is Dace, spelled as Dace. Some people call me Dace. I'm originally from Latvia, but I have been living in Georgia, the country of Georgia, not the US state Georgia, for the last 12 years. I am one of the moderators for the main group, though I haven't been very active lately. I have 4 children, full-time remote job, and I'm also a student since last year. My last foreign trip was last summer to visit my home country, Latvia. Thanks to the pandemic, I could work remotely, and I spent 3 months in Latvia last summer. This summer, our family plans to visit the Svaneti region here in Georgia in July. We were going to Svaneti in 2020, and we just couldn't do it because it was locked down suddenly because of the pandemic. So maybe this summer finally we'll visit Svaneti. We will also travel to Latvia in August, but only for 1 month. We're thinking maybe we'll do cruise to Stockholm from Riga. Who knows? Our kids really want to go on cruise. And I met my Georgian husband in Sweden 13 years ago, and we have been both feeling a bit nostalgic lately. So, happy 1 year anniversary podcast. Away she goes. Bye.
Hi, this is Danielle Meese. I live in Philadelphia. I am kind of a jack of all trades at Her Adventures, but I've taken a little bit of a break, but I am one of the mods on the jobs team as well as the food team. And the last year, what I've been up to, it's been kind of a chaotic year, but I have been doing some travel. I've actually met a couple of the mods. Generally, I took a break from travel. It was pretty crazy from May to September, and now I've been kind of focusing on work, but I have done a couple of things, and I'm going to be house sitting travel for a bit, as well as I'm just working on my mental health, and just working on being a better person overall. My upcoming travel plans, everything pretty much domestic. I'm going to Delaware for my birthday. I am in the U.S. I'm doing Atlanta for some house sitting, and some other kind of closer trips, as well as some national parks in the U.S. And yeah, that's about all. It's been a chaotic year, but overall, I think it's been a decent one.
Hello, this is Yomi from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a mod with the main group. I keep peace there. I dared to visit Egypt in August 2021, and it felt safe to travel again. Since I work from home due to health reasons, I decided it was doable to work from home from all over the globe. I'm currently traveling through England and the Americas and seeing my doctors in between. I leave the US for Canada next to reunite my brother, who I have not seen since the pandemic started.
Hi, my name is Graceline Cruz, and I live just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, in Langley. So what I do here at Her Adventures is I'm a moderator for the main Her Adventures group, as well as a moderator for the Travel, Eat, Repeat subgroup. I also am a contributor to The Navigator, our bi-weekly newsletter, and I've also created a few designs for our online shop and have done just various graphic design and photography work for Her Adventures as well. What I've been up to in the last year, oh gosh, where to start? So one big thing that happened this past year was that I had the privilege of designing and putting together Her Adventures' first digital publication, which is the Budget Travel Toolkit. It is absolutely amazing, And it was such a joy to work with such an incredible team of kind-hearted volunteers here. And we do have some coming up, so look forward to that. And another big thing is that I got engaged last Christmas, and I'm busy planning a wedding for June 4th of this year here in Canada, which is exactly a week from the time of this recording. So some of my upcoming travel plans is, well, my fiance and I's mini honeymoon to Whistler in British Columbia, Canada for a few days after the wedding, and a week in Iceland this coming October with my siblings for my sister's birthday.
Hi, so this is Martine. You may have spotted me on Her Adventures as a writer. I have been doing some content management as well. Doing quite some things around here and there. So what I've been up to the last year. So around this time last year, I bought stocks in the vineyard and I picked up my dividend last weekend. So that's really good. 12 bottles of wine. So it was at a local vineyard. So I did some traveling locally. I support a local business. So I think that is something that a lot of us have been doing the last couple of years. Not much going on beside that, beside planning a wedding. And that's where all the money and time is going from here now forward. So have a good day. Talk to you later.
My name is Devin. I am a moderator for the Her Adventures Facebook group, as well as the Travel, Eat, and Repeat Facebook group. In the past year, I moved in with my boyfriend and I went to California for the first time. San Diego was amazing. Got to go to kayaking with my brother in La Jolla and see some dolphins, and just amazing. Also went to Washington State to see my cousin. And future trips, actually, yes, I'm about to book going to New York to see some other of the team members. So excited. Texas in October for my best friend's mom's wedding. And I may be doing a European vacation in October, but that's not for sure. And maybe even elope.
Hey, this is Megan. Let me try this again. I am from Canada. At Her Adventure, I am responsible for helping manage the Instagram part of social media. And this last year, I actually quit one job and started two new jobs. I quit a job, went to Mexico, found myself, and came back, and then started two new jobs. And they've been going great. And my upcoming trips include Vegas next week. Woohoo! I'm heading to the Portugal area at the end of September. And then next year will bring me to Costa Rica for a wedding and also Guatemala for a yoga retreat, which I'm really excited about. All right, I think I did much better this time. Thank you so much. All right, bye.
Namaste, I'm Manisha and I'm from India. Her Adventures gave me the opportunity to be a moderator for the group, and I'm having a great time being part of a community that has redefined travel. Past 2 years, I have traveled within India, but I'm going to change that this year. I look forward to relocating to Doha and perhaps visit Amsterdam, Dubai, and the US. So keeping in mind what the Dalai Lama said, once a year, go somewhere you've never been before. Happy travels.
That's all for this episode. If you'd like more Away She Goes in your life, make sure to stop by heradventures.com/podcast. That's where you can fill out a form if you're interested in being a guest on the show. And you can also write to us at awayshegosgwt@gmail.com or leave us a message on our Google voicemail from any phone or computer at 1-563-503-6323. To follow our adventures, you can follow me on Instagram at Carli Sees the World. Carli is spelled Carli.
You can also follow me at Sophia AEZ. Sophia is spelled Sophia. The Way She Goes is part of Her Adventures, a community dedicated to radically redefining travel to be inclusive, sustainable, and empowering. You can learn more about Her Adventures, find travel tips and support, shop travel-themed items made by our members, and join our Facebook group with nearly 100,000 women all around the world. All at heradventures.com. We can't wait to connect and explore with you. Away she goes.